want to go into I Got Love and Loving Body. These are the new songs. What
Yeah.
inspired these new songs for you on these two new ones?
Well, I Got Love is guess is pretty. I mean, the reference there it's I can actually kind of describe that. It's it's about certain like frustration, I would say. So it's like almost a negative feeling towards a society where you would have to deal with certain aspects, like, you know, just the money, for example. That's considered as a very proper goal for people to try and kind of achieve a situation where they have a lot of money. So it's considered something it's a useful way to spend your life. Like, you have this one life, and so yeah, just push it and make your buck, you know, make the money. So I mean, not even like it's a lot of things. It can be positive as well, definitely, but I think it should be questioned. I mean, at least for myself, it will never be enough. It will never be motivating enough. That's just something I realized. Like, I've been trying to, you know, get into that. I realized that like my life would be so much easier if I would have that money. But then again, I just you know, I don't find it very interesting. It's not for me. And without any judgment, you know, on how people lead their lives, but there is always a possibility to incorporate more love into your life, understanding what's really valuable. And for me, it's the love that I'm fortunate enough to experience on my path in my life.
And then Loving Body, that's also out as well. What's the inspiration behind that song?
It comes down to dance, I guess. I think I've always had these like shadow ballet dancers in my head. So, because classical ballet there's something very beautiful in that. There's something, it's somehow very constricted. It's formal, but in that formality, there's something very humane. I mean, it sounds controversial in a way, but for me, it's something that's beautiful. So I always kind of, and it's a love song, you know. It's about coming together as physically as well. It's like creating this energy together. That is something that two people can come up with. It's a beautiful thing. It's something that can, you know, revitalize both these individuals. And, you know, there's always I think I see we're individuals, but we're also, you know, just, you know, there's this togetherness that I'm always, my whole system is very, you know, weird and esoteric, and you know, but that's a concept that I've always kind of enjoyed, realizing that you can actually, in a way, become one. You can have these experiences of being something that's you know, united. But yeah, it's about how these bodies kind of interact, how they little by little kind of come closer, and how finally they will come together, you know. So if you, like in beautiful ballet pieces, you can see this development, how there's this phase of getting to know each other, or maybe perhaps some kind of temptation that's fought, but then in the end, how it comes together, I think is beautiful. It's just when bodies move in the same kind of, they find the same rhythm, they start dancing the song in the same manner and so on. Yeah, that's yeah. I could, you know, these one of my favorite topics. I could go on, you know.
I hear you mentioning throughout the interview that there's an album in the process. What can the fans expect, you know, on this new album? Is there going to be a crazy difference from the first album? Is there a concept of what can, I guess, the fans expect from the new album?
Yeah, I mean, like we discussed earlier, these are there are always the expectations, and then you have to kind of find a way to deal with this. Like, so yeah, what we decided, the guys, we already have the process. It's already naturally evolving. So let's not overthink it. Let's not let's not even think about it. Let's keep on making music and see what happens. And but it's gonna be different, definitely. It's gonna be. I mean, we've been applying different techniques to start with, and it's recording. We're all very much into the engineering side of the whole thing and so on. So that's gonna be heard on the album. That's for sure. For people who kind of are into these kind of things, they will realize that. And everybody who's tuned into like the whole classic, like oldies soul scene, lowrider soul scene, they will be sensitive to those aspects, I'm sure. And then songwriting wise, it's the same. Like just the part on this album, it's not going to be only love songs. There's going to be some other themes as well. I guess that's what I can say. And then yeah, but it's always a surprise. I mean, you have your own kind of view how that's going to be, but still that's very hard to kind of hard to see sometimes for yourself. But yeah, eventually it's just when it comes out, people then we'll know how different it is, and maybe somebody will anyway think that it's the same. And then somebody will be more sensitive to the differences, different approaches we've used on this album.
Is there a specific date that we can expect this to come out, or we're just gonna write songs and we'll kind of see?
No date yet, but it's gonna be this year. Yeah.
Is there a name for the record at this point that you have?
No, I have some prominent ideas, but no, I don't have the name yet. Yeah.
Just one last question, because I think I can't not talk about again the love that the lowrider culture, the Hispanic culture, the culture just loves you, loves the music. Can you talk about some of that love and again coming to Orange County, Santa Ana, doing the show? Can you talk about that experience?
Well, I can start with what it means to me personally. I guess it's like something that suddenly, because I've been living here all my life, and there has been a community of Hispanic people, Latin people. Well, however people want to be defined, or may not even want to be defined in any way in that sense. But people who speak Spanish, people who have this cultural background. So, they've been around me, but they have been also, I mean, having this background for me has been also alienating in a way in my relation to Finnish society, because just remembering stuff like how different it was, like if my abuelo would take me to school and he would naturally, give me a kiss or something like that before sending me in. And then just remembering how people around me kind of saw this as something weird, like what the fuck's going on, like like your grandpa, how can you be, how can you even be so close with your grandpa and stuff like that. Like, what? It's natural, it's my familia, it's like it's our thing or whatever. So I was aware of that. I never kind of but also I wasn't, I didn't face cultural discrimination in a sense that the Hispanic community is experiencing in California, or has experienced throughout US or all throughout history. So I'm fortunate in that way, because it's a very kind of liberal society here. It's there's space to breathe. And then again, I never defined myself as fully Latin. This is part of my identity that's kind of mostly expresses itself through music and language. But then again, there's something that I felt when I came over to Santa Ana, when I realized that this huge community of people with various different Latin backgrounds, Hispanic backgrounds, and are kind of feeling that thing. So I started thinking like, how is this? Because I sing in English. I mean, it's how is this happening? So, and I still don't know. I'm just so grateful for that love, and it has started processing me. I'm kind of maybe I'm not gonna ever define my identity. That's my way, you know. And that's how people should have that liberty in a healthy society, to not even be racially or culturally defined, but considered as individuals and have the same kind of space to breathe. But that, of course, is not the situation over there, and not anywhere in this world, sadly. So it's also a fight. It's also something you know, that I feel like I just wanna inspire people to, you know, dig their music, dig the kind of music and culture that they want to. And I'm so happy to be able to produce like audio to that, you know. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, personally, it's I mean, because my mother, she's a researcher now. She's kind of studying these aspects and of cultural, even cultural ownership and stuff like that. So, and cultural appropriation, all that. These are the like topics that she deals with. So we've been discussing this. Like I've been like, how can I feel like am I kind of what way should I be thinking about this whole thing, that it's or my own Hispanic background and the scene there and so on. So we had long discussions, and but because she came here as an immigrant, she would always be kind of reflecting her own background, and then I'm kind of thinking how it kind of manifests itself in me, and am I kind of being artificial if I try to kind of make a connection with that culture, or somehow find myself a place there in a way to express myself and so on. But now it's been, I think, after all that thinking, it's come to a very like relaxed state. I don't know who I am. I enjoy this connection. I enjoy being able to be associated with this beautiful culture. That's like a whole different thing. It's just, you know, I always, you know, I've read about it. I've seen the produce of that products of that culture, but then witnessing it myself, kind of the whole law writing scene, all that is just, you know, it's so beautiful. It's so powerful. It's a lot of things, and also the different kind of how it's in a modern society, how it's coming together with all kind of gender aspects and all that. You know, people just find their way to breathe in that culture, to express themselves. So I think it's how to even like round that culture in a way. I don't know, but I feel that it's vibrant, that it's the whole lowrider scene, the whole Chicano, Hispanic, Latinx, however you want to kind of define that. It's full of power. So, and it's some for positive social change as well. So I have no trouble being able to, you know, like I said, produce audio into that.
I will say this, you know, as you know, I'm Hispanic, and just kind of, again, talking to the community and seeing what I was there at that show, at the Santa Ana show, and seeing the love and seeing the respect that they were giving you. I think what it comes down to is, number one, you got a great voice, you got great songs, you can cruise to your music. That's the big one. I think your songs are there's songs that you have that are just super smooth, and it's cruisable music. And of course you have some Hispanic in you as well, so it's kind of like they're gonna take that and run with it, you know what I mean? I know I am. So but yeah, I mean, the music just speaks for itself. I mean, your performance spoke you know, really loud that night. I enjoyed the performance. I enjoyed, you know, watching you do your thing, and I'm hoping to see you come out here soon and do it again.
Oh man, I'm counting days. I don't know what you know, what to count for when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen, that I know.
that love.